research done on her yet, but just like people who are like supposed to be doing worldly and godly things, do you think it's bad when they have nice worldly and godly things like
it's funny that you said that. Like, I be getting on my mom sometimes. I'll go home, we'll go to church and stuff, and that church is like a college campus. And I'm over here like, man, and you hear about the pastor, how they're living and stuff like that, and it's not their fault. I guess they're getting paid by the church, right? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
So it's like church is making all this money. I mean, it's kind of like the government in a sense. Like somebody's getting that money,
right?
You feel me? At the end of the day, I've always felt that way, man. Like I believe church shouldn't be. I think money shouldn't have anything to do with the church, in my mind. And I get it, you have to keep the lights on and stuff like that. But I would just be there with my mom in church, and she's over here writing a check every time we go. And I'm like, dang, that's, and I'm not gonna disclose how much she's writing a check for. Right. Like, hey, mom, what's up? No, I could take a check from my mom, but at the same time, hey, you could probably put that towards something else, or even feeding something. This is I don't know, I don't go with her every Sunday, but every time I go, she's doing it. And I just I don't know. I think church should be a place where we go and pray and give thanks to the Lord. It's an open house. You shouldn't feel that you should have to give money, and if you do, you do, and just understand and know that the pastor's probably going to be. You're helping him out.
But the saying is give what you can. And I don't know. So I'm indifferent right now. But so it sounds like for you to see, for a pastor to have materialistic possessions, it would rub you the wrong way. But why can't the place you go...
It's not saying they would rub me the wrong way because I don't want to sound jealous of that man because I'm not in his position. It's it rub me the wrong way, but I'm going to be like... The last girl I was talking to, we actually talked about this. We were watching church, and I was like, I wouldn't want to donate to him because he is so damn he got flashy. I'm like, he's doing all right. You don't need no money from me, just off how you look. And as a member of that church, I would I don't want to say I look up to him, but I'm like, man, I don't look, I can't afford that stuff.
Right.
And now I'm starting feeling some way about myself and thinking hey man, he's doing this, that's how we are programmed right now. If you see somebody else with something else, you're going to compare yourself. I don't care what anybody says. We walk out the door and we still compare ourselves to others.
That's what I was asking. You saying you can't compare yourself, or that would make you feel a type of way, which I get. Seeing this pastor who's shining, oh man, I can't donate to that. But the point is, what I'm asking is, or what I think about it is, you don't know all the good he's doing. You know what I mean? So if he's doing all this good...
I'm sure if I go to church, I'm going to see the little, the PowerPoints that they play.
For sure.
Oh, we went to Africa this summer, and, the mission trips, my mom goes on those too.
But why can't you have, first of all, why can't you have a nice place of worship? Why can't you go to, and then if you're doing all these good things, you can't live nice. You can't so pretty much you saying I can't have my dreams of wanting to live in a mansion and my dreams per se of teaching the word of God to people because people are going to judge me over here for my dreams I still want to attain.
If you're in the mansion, they're not judging you that hard. You have nothing to worry about.
But no, people like you. Because what if I wanted to touch
people like me?
You just said if I saw, you just pretty much said it rubs you the wrong way. If you see a pastor...
If you're wearing, designer clothes and, platform shoes and stuff, I'm going to be I don't know. They don't teach that in the good book. You know what I'm saying? That's some, you're looking for attention and, it's the way, you can, dress nicer, but this is, bro, I'm telling you, he had chains on, right. His wrist was gleaming.
That's a man that might care about fashion, his fashion.
All right. And I want my passion to be devoted to God, not fashion.
What makes you feel like he's devoted to God? What if that's his way of... I didn't see him, so I don't know. So maybe I would see them that's kind of crazy. But, I don't know.
I guess the churches...
It's indifferent. That's
the Baptist churches and shit that I grew up in, it wasn't you had nice suits on. This dude was wearing street clothes, and it's the new age.
We're in a different day.
It's a new day and age. I get it, but I'm I'm over here Like it's just hard for me to like think.
And it's like people from our generation are now like in the same age group as these people leading these churches. So it's just a different day and age. You know, like just think about yourself as a pastor. Like you were like
GQ.
That's my point. You know what I mean?
But he looked like a TikToker, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't say this, but yeah.
And it's like whatever. No. At the end of the day, man, you're gonna worship how you worship. You don't have to go to church to believe in God and, you know, get the word and stuff like that.
No, I don't believe in that.
You don't have to.
I don't believe in that at all.
I just think sometimes like the members of the church, just like the NIL or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The NIL for like college athletes, like the members of that church should get some kind of like something besides having a nice church to go to. Like
lessons.
I don't know what is he doing for the community. I need to know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
I need to know. Like, knowing someone in my flock.
But you also
knowing someone in my flock is out there struggling to eat and struggling to pay bills, but they're still giving me the $20 that they have extra saved up to give to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my heart, I want to do something for them. Like, hey, let's make sure their groceries are good for a month or two.
Which that pastor may but he also ain't gonna come on Sunday and say, like, look, I did this.
I need the Instagram. I need to see a tweet.
I've witnessed like growing up, churches helping people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like churches helping certain people with
get to college and stuff like that.
And different stuff like that. So yeah, I mean,
some of these I don't hear about what they're doing. So in my mind, I was like, y'all ain't doing nothing but collecting your check and getting that Rolls Royce.
No, I feel you.
Like, how many kids you sent to college this year, but you live in this big mansion? I need it to make sense. You live in this big mansion and you sent 5 kids off to college,
right?
Or, you know, you went and did some work over here, then that's, you know, justifiable. I like that stuff. But if you're just, you know, a sensation and you're a YouTube sensation and you're popping on YouTube and you're not really, you know, you're just making money off the followers and stuff like that and ads, like, a lot of them, that's what they're doing.
So you're referring to pretty much digital pastors that. Like that's what you're talking about, digital.
Yeah, because most of the pastors I've been to at an actual church, I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So if you walked into the church, or you were a member of this church, and the pastor pulling out in the new S-Class Benz and got a nice suit on and some gold and some chains, like that would rub you the wrong way a little bit. Which is fine.
Hopefully he don't get followed home from church wearing all that jewelry.
So then in my case, and this is another question then, so let's get off the pastor. If you were somebody who just set up something for the homeless, like my title is getting the homeless off the street, I find the homeless people places to live. Could that person not have a mansion and nice stuff?
Is it a nonprofit?
Huh?
Is it a nonprofit? Are you cleaning money? Because that's the only way it's going to make sense.
What if you just had other avenues of things?
What are your other avenues and you try to get a nonprofit?
I don't know. Like, what if you a banker? What if you just got your own other businesses? So, but I also, like, my main job is to get a homeless off the street. Can I not live in have a nice lifestyle?
Sounds like you're embezzling.
So that's what I'm saying. Judgment comes, like,
you
got to choose one way or the other. And I think there would be more people doing good if they weren't worried about the judgment of what they still wanted out of their life. I think you can still have the great and finer things of your life.
80% of them are crooks.